Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's been a while. MSFS, I know some people have been looking for it. Guess I have been super immersed in the X-Plane world because of the Challenger 650. But now we're back because I got the craving again to fly some GA. Low and slow. And when it comes to GA, when it comes to sightseeing, can't beat MSFS when it comes to nice weather implementation. So that's something that I hope we can do today. And we will be exploring Australia. But before that, thanks for joining, Patrick. Thanks for joining, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a while, I know. But glad you made it. How are you guys doing? So there's Australia. And recently a world update released to improve the entirety of Australia. More accurate peaks, sharper mountains, handcrafted airports and whatnot, photogrammetry and all that stuff. So we are going to explore today. We're starting off in Canberra. I believe, is this the capital? I'm not so sure. I think so. But lots of official things happen here at least. So we'll be departing from Canberra. I actually was flying offline starting from around Melbourne. And then just skirting through the coast here, enjoying the chill vibes, the flying, nice weather. And landed here in Canberra. So from here we'll continue northeast bound. Hopefully we'll reach Sydney today. And we'll proceed northeast as far as we can. But yes, there is plenty to explore and lots of nice views to look at. So we'll see. And yes, we'll get that nice vibe of GA flying. You know, like a single pilot. Nothing too extravagant, but all like the old school stuff with some modern avionics. Flying a small piston engine plane. Hey, Murwaz. 10 photogrammetry cities. Ah, I see. How are you doing, man? Have you gone back to MSFS by any chance? So yes, maybe we can explore Canberra in the meantime. What I found also interesting is because Little Nav Map has this airspace overlay. You can see it is a bit overwhelming when you just look at it from this. Lots of colors, but if you hover over any of the like main airports, it doesn't look that intense because if you see, it's mostly class Charlie. Well, class Alpha, but it's like super high up, 18,000 feet and above. Even in Sydney itself. Yeah, class Charlie. I don't think there's even a class Bravo in here. Interesting. Well, we'll have a look. But in any case, we won't be flying with ATC anyway, so let's just enjoy it. Yes. So for now, from Canberra to well, we can try that one, Shell Harbour. That looks like a handcrafted airport based on the italized text. That's actually something that Little Nav Map can capture. It can read through the MSFS files and then highlight which ones are handcrafted. Still just DCS, all good, all good. X-Plane all the way. Yeah, for me, if it's IFR, I'm going with X-Plane. There is no contest with the level of accuracy with IFR flying. For the views though, for the sceneries and the weather, well, MSFS takes the cake in my books there. Oh, and this is perfect. The weather at Canberra is now perfect. I hope this is also implemented in the sim, because literally a few minutes ago it was low IFR. We got a purple here, overcast at 100 feet, and now it's all cleared up. Nice. No clouds at all. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll take that. So let's go and load up the sim. Let's see how it goes. By the way, there's still that bug that every I think 12 midnight Zulu we get that live weather downtime. So if we load in, because it is around 12 midnight Zulu right now, 12:07 Zulu. If we load in and there's nothing, it could be either because it's clear skies or live weather is not working. But it should, I encountered it just yesterday. It kind of just springs up on you. When the servers are back up, then you get the weather suddenly. So let's start with Canberra. Now, which runway do we prefer? Runway 35 would be best for the weather, looks like. So let's maybe start somewhere here. Yeah, we can start there. That looks like a GA ramp. GA medium, maybe this one. Yeah, GA small, there you go. And if anyone wants to fly together, more than welcome. Just join me in the Southeast Asia server and spawn in here in Canberra. Yankee Sierra Charlie Bravo is the ICAO code of the airport. Yankee Sierra Charlie Bravo. And we're flying with the Arrow today. Still, hands down, the best hand flying experience for me is the Arrow. Just feels so good with the honeycomb. It's perfect. Alright, live time. It's already 11 a.m. there. Wow. All players, live traffic. Let's just get it live traffic there. Let's load it up. DCS crashed with DX12. Ah, I see. Yeah, DX12 with MSFS. Yes, very experimental, not advisable at all to try it out. Right. Yeah, MSFS added that recently, the temperature compensation for the altitude. And VATSIM is not used to that accuracy. That's also similar with the Challenger 650. So even though the Challenger 650 is in X-Plane, it actually implemented that temperature correction. And the VATSIM controllers have been so confused, like, you're too high. Yes, it takes some getting used to with the level of accuracy we're getting. How are you doing, Mechanical? Thanks for joining, man. Been a while since I joined Fabio's stream. I have been keeping up with the stories though, the announcements. Looks like he's taking it one notch higher. Goodness, I'm excited to get back into his streams. How's it going? What have you guys been up to recently? Yeah, X-Plane doesn't have the pressure and weather by default, but the Challenger 650 specifically has it. It's too advanced actually that there is like a tick box to disable that advanced calculation just so VATSIM won't get too confused. So you kind of disable that if you're doing it. Why is this taking so long? Oh yeah, this might be the first time I'm loading the Arrow because I've been flying with a turbo Arrow yesterday. So the WASM stuff is compiling. Well, thanks for watching this stream at least. Appreciate that, Miraz. Yeah. You've been developing sceneries again. Oh, are you working on something new or improving your existing ones? And you're getting so good at that. The last time I saw your work was when Fabio showcased it. So many details. Both. Goodness. Hardcore, man. Accuracy can change a ton between different modules. That's very true. That is very true. It's not like a one size fits all. It just really is a case-to-case basis. But yeah, with MSFS, the IFR accuracy, the avionics, the autopilot, it's a bit wonky by default. G1000 NXI is doing a great job at it, but that's not yet implemented with most of the planes, right? So very much a limited use case. So overall, the accuracy of the avionics and autopilot and MSFS is still wonky. Still have that U-turn bug apparently. I just was reading the forums and so there it is. You guys see? The live weather just popped up. Yeah, exactly. 12:12 0012 Zulu. That's exactly the time the live weather came up yesterday as well. So from midnight to 12 minutes past, there's that gap in the live weather and then it comes up. So right now it's perfect. All right, good. I'll take that. Ooh. Now, seems to me it's a bit laggy. Why is that? Let's give it some time. Maybe things are loading in the background. Man, it's been a while since I've been here in the Arrow. Okay. And looks like state saving is not on.
State saving enabled.
There you go. Everything, oil quantity, everything is good. Turning off the auto fuel selector. And what I wanted to try actually, because it's been a while, is I wanted to try the GTN 750, not that one. That's the one. I downloaded the free version to check how far it's come from before. Before it was already great, but there have been constant updates since, and I'm curious how it's turned out now. So we'll see how it goes. Good. Good bullied into DCS. It's a good bullying in the end. Good. Parking brake is set. Gear selector is down. Avionics are off. Mixer is lean. Magnetos are... Let's say that was off. Someone forgot to turn off the magnetos. RIP. Battery switch is on. Initializing system. What version is that? 215. Okay. So you have a 750 here and a 650 there. Very nice. Oh, fancy. Okay, I like that. I like that. How do you turn off avionics beforehand though? In the Warrior, there is a switch here. Here, I think we'll have to contend with just pulling the circuit breaker for avionics. So I don't think there is an option to turn them off. 1 second. You guys see that? Is that one? That's the one. Instrument panel looks like. Okay. So let's pull that for now. Good. Fuel quantity 50-50. That's a good start. Annunciator panel. They're all lit. Okay, looks good. Batteries can go off. Flight controls are... Hey! See someone here on the left. Is that someone we know? Is that traffic? Not so sure actually. Well, we'll see. But this is a turbo arrow. Proper country as well. Victor Hotel for Australia, right? And also the tail number I chose, but it's we are Sierra Golf Echo supposedly. That's wrong. I should update that. Okay. Yeah, free and correct. Looks good. And elevator trim is good as well. Neutral flaps. Looks good on that side. Good on this side. All right, perfect. Let's go and check. Those are all good. Oil quantity was good as well, and everything is closed. Yes. Circuit breakers are in except for the avionics one. Alternate air is off. Prop RPM lever is max RPM. And fuel selector fully tanked. Let's start with the left tank. Good. Good morning, adventurers. Been a while since I've been in MSFS. Happy to be back. How are you? It's good to hear. So MSFS is still showing its promise. First, there you go. Scotsman is in the house. How are you doing? Yeah, no worries for us. Race course scenery. There you go. Good. Alright, so let's open that 1/2 inch. Let's go for the battery and alternator. Beacon going on as well. Nav lights would be this one right here, I believe. Yeah. And then aux boost pump. Where is that again? It should be just this one, I think. Yeah. So now we just push forward the mixture. Fuel pressure rises, fuel flow rises, and then just a little like so. Good. All right. Clear prop. Start. Very good. Nice. That feels good. So let's double check. Oil pressure in the green. Oil temperature still cold, but that's okay. That will heat up later on. Fuel pressure in the green as well. 1200 on the RPM. Nice. Now we can turn on the avionics. There you go. Did that actually lower the RPM? Interesting. Friday. Oh, the one in Oz will be released on Friday. There is one? Cool, man. Lost Ark. Oh, okay. I have not seen that yet. Nice. Oh, pay to win. Okay, that's a bit hard. Right, so where are we going first? Let's go to... let's see how to set the flight plan in here if I remember. Should be pretty straightforward. Wait for that to initialize. Yeah. Sierra Bravo. No. Bravo. Compressor. Oh, it's the other way around. Sierra, Charlie, Bravo. Let's wait for that to search. Thanks for following. What you talking about, Willis? Nice name, Canberra. There it is. Okay, that's the origin. And the destination for now would be... Well, are we passing through that military zone? No, let's go for the Shell Harbour Airport. Yankee Sierra Hotel Lima. There you go. That's the handcrafted one, I think. And on the way, let's just pass by the airport, the military airport. So, and route waypoint, it's Yankee Sierra November Whiskey. That should appear in the middle. There you go. Okay, perfect. And then the 650. How do I show the flight log? Like the legs page, maybe like that. Yeah. So this can be like the legs page, and this can be like the map. Something like this, right? Yeah, that kind of works. Then we can zoom in here. So we can taxi to runway 35. Yeah, that works for me. Good. I see. Go try it out and let us know. Ripstream. Oh yeah. Looks like we got disconnected. 1 second. Do I not have internet connection? 1 sec. Let's test it out. I do have internet connection, but looks like it's the server itself that is rip. Weird. I'm online, but Twitch rip. Okay, we're back. There you go. Twitch just its usual twitchy self. Thank you. Right, let's go in taxi. Landing light as required. Let's turn that on just so we won't forget. Avionics are on. Radios are... Well, do we need to set the radios? Not really. Transponder, let's set that though. It's actually... So I looked at it. VFR squawk here in Australia is also 1200. So let's put that to altitude reporting. I love the interface of the GTN 750. Okay, and altimeters here in Canberra. QNH is 1014. Let's set that in 1014. Like so. Is that checked with the airport? Airport elevation is 1886 feet. Yeah, that's actually spot on. Very nice. Good. So it looks like live weather is accurate. It should be, given that it only just got back. And then runway 35 is on a heading 347. 347 would be this one right here. More or less like there. Okay. Good. Taxi area is clear except for this guy. Alright. Let's check the instruments as we move. Best boards. Did you upgrade? Oh yeah, okay. Good. Did you have to reinstall Windows when you install the new motherboard? Because I'm thinking of doing that eventually, because my motherboard is starting to give out bit by bit. No reinstall needed. Wow. And you got to keep all your components, like your RAM is compatible, CPU, GPU for sure. So it's mainly the RAM, I guess. But I guess most of these days the RAM is compatible, right? DDR4 and everything. DDR. What do we have? Yeah, DDR4. It's our RAM now. Cool. Tomahawk Max Wi-Fi. How are the temperatures? Congrats, man. Thank you, we're back. Superb, nice. So much for the B450. Yeah, that's what I would have thought. Would have been too much. Wouldn't be able to maximize. Right, Charlie to the right. If this is accurate taxiway signage, I'm not so sure. I hope so. But yeah, MSFS has been known to have incorrect taxiway signs. So I'm hearing something. Is there a plane in the vicinity? Maybe. Ooh. Where was that guy we were with? 1 second. Let's go out and see where he is. Can't find him. Oh, there it is. Yes. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's mechanical. Okay, cool. There we go. Glad we have the name tags working again, and I can turn that on and off. So that was indeed mechanical, the turbo arrow that was beside us. Nice. So let's taxi to runway 35 here, and then let's look for a place where we can do a run-up. Let me see what I missed. 8x2 in poor cooling. I'm not even familiar with what power phase is. Sounds fancy. Sounds like more is better in this case. Why are those jetways out of nowhere? Is that maybe an issue with like the airport objects not loading properly? But yeah, this looks like a busy airport, doesn't it? Big one. Although it doesn't seem like anyone's here at the moment. Smart power faces. Well, sounds fancy. Alright, 1 second. Let me try and remember how to do this. So we want the nav, you want the GPS in there. There you go. So that it couples with the GPS waypoints. And it says that the desired track is 060. Now we have to manually change the CDI in here to 060 because that will not link up. Well, it will link up. It will show our deviation, but it will not automatically synchronize the degrees, the course. So let's put 060 there, right? So at least we'll get a better idea. And then yeah, they can see the CDI is working in there now. And then let's check the turn coordinator here is working. I move to the right. Yeah, turn coordinator moves to the right. Slip indicator moves to the left. I go to the opposite side and it shows accordingly. So that looks good. Nice. Okay, and we are reaching runway 35 here. Close enough. We could actually have taken off from one of the preceding taxiways there. We don't really need the entire length of the runway because this is a 10,000 foot runway. Probably need only like 1,000 or 2,000 at most. But it's okay. Not in a rush. Kit Fox. Oh yeah, I actually haven't explored that one yet. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have enough skills in bush flying to maximize that, so I haven't made a video. I heard some people are enjoying it thoroughly. I'm just not able to do that because it requires quite a few skills. So we need to, before we head on over, maybe let's just stop by here. It should be okay, so we have enough space for others if they need to. Mechanical is on the way, I see him. I have my nav lights on, I should. Alright, stop here. Parking brake is set. Let's do a run up. Mixture is rich. Prop RPM, max RPM set 2000. Actually, yeah, I like the way the normally aspirated arrow. I like the way it reacts with the throttle and everything, the propeller, better than the turbo arrow. The turbo arrow is much more powerful, right? Can go much higher, but this one feels a lot more real to me. Even like the way the mags drop and everything. Less than 100 RPM drop. Switching to one side. Check the other side. That looks good. Go back to both. We should hide this one so you know what I'm doing. I'm just switching the mags here. Go to the left. Go to the right. There should not be a significant drop. There you go. Go back to both. That looks good. Vacuum gauge is good as well, around 4.9. Oil pressure in the green, oil temperature starting to heat up, that's good. Ammeter is working, we can see the load on the system. Annunciators are working, yes. And propeller, let's just exercise that quickly. There you go. And one more for good measure. There you go. So prop governor works properly. Alternate air is off. Aux boost pump is off. Fuel pressure is checked. Engine idle. So let's pull back on the throttle fully and see how low the RPM will go. Non-turbo arrow is the best. Yes. Honda Civic in its power delivery reads very well. Yeah, the Mooney is very powerful, huh? Yeah, 700 RPM. That's good enough. And then let's go and adjust the throttle 1200 RPM like so. Good. Before takeoff checks. Thanks Mechanical for waiting. Battery alternator is on. Strobe lights. Let's turn on our strobes. Landing light is on. Aux boost pump is on. Yeah, even the checklist. The checklist seems like it was built properly for the arrow. With the turbo arrow, there's a bit of inconsistency in there. Fuel selector, fullest tank. Let's start the timer here. We'll switch every 30 minutes or so. Engine gauges. Let's do one more check. Everything is in the green. Oil pressure, oil temperature, fuel pressure, EGT. Pretty cold still. Mixture is rich. Prop RPM lever, max RPM. Flaps are retracted. Yes. Trims are set. And cabin door is closed and latched. Yeah, we are good. But in addition, I'll do one more check. Remember, I have these switches from the honeycomb. I've learned from Missionary Bush Pilot using the switches as a form of a checklist for my gums check at least. So let's go for G. Gas, yes, on the fullest tank. We start the timer. Undercarriage, yes, you have the gear down, flaps retracted. Mixture is full, props are full, and switches are on. Yes, even the automatic gear extension system is off, indicated by that blinking light in there. Alright, so final looks clear. Runway looks clear. Let's go ahead and line up. 347 on the heading. And then we'll turn right to 060. But yeah, that's one of the things I missed here in this plane. Well, in this sim. Oh, let's turn on the panel lighting. It's nice. There you go. There you go. Do we need the NDB? No, I don't need that. Okay, good. Alright, so we have everything. Checklist is good. Takeoff power. Check engine instrumentations. Takeoff power is set. Looking good. Everything in the green. Maintain center line. Winds are barely there. Airspeed's alive. I actually forgot what the rotation speed was. I think it's around 70 knots. 70 knots. Just little pull on the yoke. Look, we didn't even reach the numbers and we're off already. That is beautiful. That looks good. Such a long runway. My goodness. How's the volume, guys? Is the engine too loud? Let me know, okay? And we can tone it down a bit. Right, looking good. I'm just keeping the gear down until we have still some runway in front of us. When we run out of runway, I will then retract the gear. You like hearing it for a change, yeah? The white noise is really something that really gets addictive. Looks good. Positive rate. Tap the brakes. Gear up. Flaps are already up, so no need for that. Let me pull back on the RPM. Actually, I'm not sure how the climb works here. 1 second, let's have a look. Because I'm more familiar with the turbo arrow. Brake up, yeah. 89 knots is best rate of climb. And route climb is 104 knots. Aux boost pump can go off, landing lights can go off. Trim we set, and then mixture we adjust later. Turn on the automatic landing gear extension as well. Let's start turning to the right here. There was no mention of RPM, is there? But let me pull it back to around 2450. Something like that, I guess, would work. Or 2500 maybe. Yeah, the RPM is a bit different from the turbo arrow. Should have read the manual. And we'll try and, as much as we can, to keep it VFR. That means staying away from clouds, going around clouds if we can, just to really role play the experience here. But yeah, that's something that I'm not very good at yet, to be honest. That's something I would like to practice on. Staying away from clouds, flying VFR. Yeah, like this one. You have clouds in front of you, what do you do? I have no idea. We'll see. Hey, recovery. Yes, indeed. Australia. Is Canberra a state? Because we're there right now. You probably know better than I do. DCS stuff. Blade slap. Oh my goodness, that is addictive right there. Canberra is the capital. There you go. Thank you. Oh yeah, didn't explore the city, should we? I guess we could. We're not in a hurry. Let's do a right turn here. Maybe stop at around 4,500. Try and stay away from the clouds. And yes, the hand flying experience on this plane is just amazing. Ah, yeah, that's actually a good point, Marwaz. I'm not really sure what the rules are. Because, yeah, that's something I would like to get some clarity on. Like when it says that when you're flying VFR, you have to stay clear of clouds. Is that only when the clouds are thick that you can't see through them? So if the clouds are thin enough, that's okay? Or is it technically like, as long as it's any kind of cloud, stay away from them? Yeah, that's something I'd like to learn more about. 4,500, let's level off here. Pulling back on the throttle. In a certain view distance, because I know the 152 general rule, right? You will stay 1,000 feet above clouds, 500 feet below clouds, or 2 statute miles away from clouds. But like, is that technically all clouds or only the thick clouds where you can't see through them? There's Canberra right there. Pretty busy. I'm not actually sure if there's photogrammetry in here. Let me try. I can hear mechanical buzzing somewhere nearby. Too much temptation that Automod actually blocked it. Let me help you with that. It varies country to country. Yeah, that was for sure. But yes, I would imagine there are basic principles about it. But yes, that's something I have to read up on. What do you classify as a cloud that you have to stay away from? And yes, I started enjoying really some YouTube videos of people flying GA, small airplanes, Bonanzas, Arrows, Skyhawks and whatnot. So it's very nice seeing more of that personal touch. less of a business type of thing and more for personal enjoyment. I really like that. So I really like to recreate it. Okay, looks good. We're level off here. Let me go outside, might get a bit noisy, okay? Heads up, here we go. There it is. Oh, there's mechanical light right there. Awesome stuff, man. Yeah, there he is. Beautiful sounds from there. That is amazing. My goodness, look at that formation flying. And the sounds. The sounds are intense. So cool. That's a thumbnail right there. So nice. Sounds very good indeed. Yeah, when it comes to sounds, I have no yeah, like these clouds, can I go through them when I'm flying VFR? Does anyone know? Does anyone have more accurate info on that? Also, this one, can we declutter it somehow? Menu, this one, I can lower the details or not. Intersections. There you go. Good. Turning right here. Can I see mechanical from there? I think he's right beside me. I'm turning left just to be on the safe side. Alright, turning left. Let's go follow the track now. And then let's go get back to 4,000. Actually, let's climb to 5,500. Let me double check here in Little Nav Map what's the safe altitude. So if I go to Little Nav Map here, press the Mora, minimum off-route altitude, 6,7. So I think we have to climb to 7,500 to be on the safe side. And because we're VFR and moving to the east, so it's an odd number, 7, and then add a 500 because we're flying VFR. Assuming the same rules apply in Australia, it might be different. Good. So start climbing, pushing the throttle there, starting to pull back on the mixture, getting that peak EGT for now. Oh my goodness, that's so much more power. Really feel the power difference as you pull back on the mixture, get more of that peak EGT. Nice. Caviar and cheese. What? They thought there was like a euphemism in there or something. Let's trim it for 100 knots. That should be a nice rate of climb. Atmosphere automod. I disappeared. Mechanical. Goodness, that's still a problem. Until now, you don't see me? Man, that sucks. I've heard reports about that. I think Fabio has had that problem quite a lot, right? Because he plays more of the group flights. So that's more an occurrence for his side. And then expect the same problem to happen in Southeast Asia server, where there is, I would imagine, not as much activity. Yes, 10 minutes behind. Man, but yes, the feeling, the vibe that this gives is so different from like flying the Challenger. With the Challenger, you're like always on point, always reading always readying for the next step, right? Always briefing the approach, getting ready for the switch to the frequency, making sure you have your plane ready and set up and V speeds calculated and all that stuff. Here it's more chill, and it's very nice for just relaxing. So it's the right amount of complexity. You can actually even turn off the brain a bit and enjoy it a bit more. Frame rate's getting better now, I think. What is the message here? Set course to 057. Oh, okay, 057. Why is not that 060? Interesting. Yeah. But yes, I enjoy watching the VFR flights in YouTube because that's something that I don't get much exposure of. At this point, I think I'm even more familiar how to fly IFR with all the procedures, all the complexities there. But VFR, I'm a bit more clueless. Go back on the mixture again. There's the peak. Make sure we have the best power in here. And this is also one reason why I really like the normally aspirated arrow, because the turbo arrow, as powerful as it is, it's actually not modeled well in MSFS yet in terms of the mixture. The turbocharged engine, turbocharged piston engine is not implemented well enough in the sim yet. There are some variables, some missing elements there. And what's there right now are just leftovers from FSX. Hey Secret, how's it going, man? It's been a while. Oh, that's cool, Muraz. Yeah, Bluetooth built in. That's helpful. Yeah, for me, I have to buy this USB dongle for the Bluetooth, which takes away one slot of USB. I love hearing Mechanical's engine right there on our right. Oh yeah, there he is, turning right here. Mechanical starting to go on a 060 track, headed to the military airport to the northeast. 7.5, we're almost there. Start leveling off here. Oh, he's just showing off. Mechanical, you mean? Yeah. Bro. There you go. Nice. There we go, 7,500. Pushing on the yoke and then starting to trim it out. I think we'll keep the power around this point. Maybe I'll pull back a little. I should actually be referring to the POH, but I'm a bit lazy to look through the PDF files right now for the performance numbers. So we'll just keep it steady. And then we'll lean the mixture in a bit. There you go, 7,500. Level it out, trim it out. Nice. I like how we have an actual wind component indication in here now that we have this fancy GTN 750. 20 knots, 20 knot tailwind. That is very nice. Exactly the direction we are headed. Okay, that looks good. Trim up a bit. Man, that is a huge lake. But yeah, this is the weather that I really am missing. The occasional clouds here and there, evading it bit by bit, and nothing is blinking in and out of existence. X-Plane is really weak when it comes to the weather. So I really missed having a reliable weather. And yes, despite the issues in MSFS with the weather, with the live weather, the complaints, all in all, it's still a much better weather implementation than what we have in X-Plane. So that's something I really look forward to when I switch. Whenever I switch back. Zoom it out, there's the destination. Looking good. Nice. In terms of the slip indicator, we are in the center, so we don't really need rudder trim. Although I am noticing, I think we have a bit of left banking tendency. Maybe we can apply a bit of right rudder in there. Maybe that will help counteract it. We'll see. And let's lean the engine actually. I haven't done that yet. So let's go and pull back on the mixture here. So that's the peak. That's the peak right there. We go 100 degrees rich of peak, which is around that point. Good. And that should be the power setting. In terms of fuel flow, speaking of fuel flow, I should have switched to the right tank already. Turn on the fuel pump. Yes, indeed, the left tank has been more consumed. Let's switch to the right one. Sounds good. Fuel pressure, fuel flow, all good. No sputtering. Nice. Switch tanks. Good. So we are, let's see. Is that something I can zoom into, maybe? Oh, this one at least. Is there anything telling me how far that is away? Distance, there you go, 52.6. Then I think I can change these if I want. Desired track, ground speed. Yeah, that's something we can do here. So it's currently around 8 degrees outside. 8 degrees Celsius. And we're at 7,500-ish. So let's get our true airspeed here. So we get 7,000 is that line where my mouse is. 7.5 in between 7 and 8 there. And then 8 degrees is around here, this notch right here. So that should be more or less where we are. So we are actually around 135 knots true airspeed. And we are on the ground, we are traveling at 149, 150. So that's around 15 knots more or less of tailwind. And that kind of fits because we have 20 knots more or less same direction. So most of that is getting translated to a faster travel on the ground. Very nice. Also, I actually have the Seasons Mall from Bijan, and I switched to a late winter in the northern hemisphere, and it's actually, I think, early spring in the southern hemisphere. So here it should be early spring by now. Not sure if that reflects properly. Let's have a look outside. 1 second though, let me see if we're stable. Yeah, we're more or less trimmed. Beautiful, look at that. So cool. So cool. Oh, we're still banking to the right seams when I leave it alone. So maybe more right rudder trim. 5 clicks, let's see. Let's trim up here a little. And then RPM is around 2500. Maybe we can lower that to 23 for that steady. Might be too low actually, I'm not sure. But yeah, that sounds a lot more, a lot easier on the ears. That might have a consequence of lowering the performance though, slowing down. I think it's okay. Yes, we're in Australia. Exploring it for the first time since the world update. At least on the stream. Beat you handily in CPU and motherboard. Yeah, the CPU, I am not really the best in class in there. I have a 3700X, but my cooler, CPU cooler, is not built for the 3000 series. So that's performing very poorly in comparison with other 3700s, I would imagine. So the CPU cannot boost itself as much. And then my motherboard itself is from a first gen Ryzen. Back in the first gen Ryzen 1600, so it's a B350. Yeah. And I had to update the BIOS manually, so it's a very old motherboard. So yes, that's why I was asking about how it is with the motherboard upgrade if I have to reinstall Windows, because I might have to do it soon. I've gotten some issues with like the SSD disappearing randomly and whatnot, which I attribute to probably a motherboard issue at the end of the day. I kind of fixed it by reseating the M.2 drive. So I had to remove and then bring it back, clean it in the process, and it fixed itself, but who knows when the next issue will come up. So I'm trying to get ready. I'm hoping that the motherboard lasts until the next level of AMD CPUs come out, because the next AMD CPU will no longer be what is the chipset? AM4? I think it's going to be different now, right? So that will require a new motherboard, I would assume, if they continue with that path. Right. $40 Hyper 212. Yeah, because from what I've read, I have a CryoRig H7, if I remember correctly. Specifically, they say the CryoRig H7, the shape of the surface, so it's a massive cooler, right? And there's like a base which touches the CPU directly. That's the main component for the heat exchange. So the surface of that cooler, they say, is not flat, or it's not optimal for the Ryzen 3000. So some of the surface is not touching, and as a result, it's not doing a great job at the heat exchange, the heat transfer. So I bought that when I had a Ryzen 1600, but when I upgraded to a 3000 series, I kept it, and it's okay, but it's not optimal. Hopefully still better than the stock though. But yeah, so my temps are not really good. If I get like 74 degrees, right now I'm getting 74 degrees, that's actually pretty cold already. Granted, I live in a tropical country and everything, so it's not that bad, but it's not good either. And I'm sure there is a huge room for improvement. One second, let me disable track IR here. For a PBO to give you the most boost. Shouldn't it be enabled already by default? I see. It's not pushing to 150. How are your temperatures? Because there are certain limitations, right? Temperature limitation, power limitation. What's the other one? I think there were 3. Can't recall. But maybe you're hitting one of those limits. Thanks, Mechanical. Thanks for flying along, man. Awesome photos we got. I'll share them in Discord. Thanks for flying with me. Appreciate it. Appreciate the company. And yes, good luck with your next racetrack. It's in Australia, from what I gather. Goodness. Just woke up. 2 a.m. So do we call you an early bird or a night owl? Vector Hotel, Sierra Golf Echo. Man, that flyby. Very nice. Look at that. What do you call that term? That the flying to the left like that? That is so cool. Night owl sounds good. Oh, look at that. There seems to be like a canyon in front. Let's see what that is. Peace out. I have no idea. Something you kind of see in the movies, right? So cool. Isn't it that you can actually supposedly tweak the brightness settings on this thing? Anyone remember how to do that? That's the radio frequency. This one. That's the volume control. Not sure. Hasta la vista, baby. Close enough. Awesome stuff, Mechanical. Thanks. Yes, appreciate that. Great dividing range. Hey, thanks, Secret. From where are you again? I take it you're a local around these parts. Great to have a local. Right, so let's see. Since we have GPS anyway, I'll turn on the location in Little Nav Map. Okay. This is the Jeralong Nature Reserve. But yeah, it looks like there are a couple of like canyons looking like that along the way. I think we can actually descend. Mora here is 5,100, so we can descend to 5,500 at the very least. Get a nicer picture outside, a more close and personal vibe. Australia, nice. Hey, Aussie Coffee Bean. Hey, happy to have you guys here in the stream. I need your local guide. Eyes from a local kind of thing. Oop. Start descending ever so subtly. Maybe we can actually like fly through the canyon. Don't have to be so strict with the rules at the moment. It's a nice day to fly outside. Now let me check the altimeter here though. I'm not even familiar what the transition altitude is here. So I'm not switching to flight levels. 1010 nearby. Let's go and pick that. 1010. Over here as well. There we go. Let's keep that descent 500 feet per minute. Man, yeah, these canyons look so nice. This is something I really miss. Beautiful sceneries and weather. Toowoomba. Where is Toowoomba? Actually, maybe it's better I show you the map, huh? Let's see that one. So that's where we are. Kolumbura. I have no idea how to read that. Morton National Park. Maybe it's better if I turn on the terrain. There it is. Terrain. Oh, that looks nice. I can even go for a satellite image. There it is. There's a dam there, Danjera Dam. Some falls there on the right. Looking very nice. I think the rain is best. Yeah, going to Sydney. Well, if we can reach it there. We're going to Shell Harbour first and then to Sydney. Let's see how far we can travel. Good. Continuing our descent here. But yes, I think we can actually fly a bit lower since the weather is so good. 065. Ah, I see. So that message actually corrects. That's the bearing. That's actually the course you have to set that has the compensation built in. Given that we are off track, if we follow that course, that we will actually arrive at that same waypoint. Nice. It's a nice calculation right there. Very fancy. Yeah, I think I'd like to fly over here in this canyon a bit closer. It's pretty nice. Just pull back on the throttle a bit more. So we push a bit on the mixture. 31 minutes. Let's switch to the left tank again. Yeah, that looks good. They're mostly even now. Let's turn on the fuel pump. Left tank, fuel pressure, fuel flow looks good. Engine sounds good. Nice. Toowoomba is north on the dividing range. Okay. What is QLD? What's wrong with you? Hopefully not laughing at me. But yes, so these trees are actually care of Seasons mod from Bijan. This should, I think, be early autumn, or early spring rather. Is that right? Yeah. How's the climate like in Australia, guys? Right now it should be summer technically, right? But is like spring starting to peak in? That's what I get from the weather files, at least. So it kind of progresses from. Oh yeah, it's inversed. It's reversed. I'm not familiar with the sequence. It is summer, and then the next would be spring for you. I would take, because I just progressed. There is in the seasons files, there is like a winter, but now there's also late winter. So when I switch to late winter in the northern hemisphere, in the south, that translates to early spring. Evening cold. Fun banter on Discord, that's always fun, as long as it's not sarcastic. It's all good. Oh yeah, I want to follow that one. That might be the canyon right there, huh? If you zoom in. Yeah, we can follow that through. That might be nice. That should be this one. We don't need to go like Star Wars kind of Death Star kind of thing. You can stay above it a bit. But yeah, I can actually feel the downdrafts, the updrafts already. The winds are coming from our left. What would that be? I don't know. Winds. Autumn. Should be autumn, not spring. Oh, interesting. Okay. I wonder why the files say spring. Maybe that's a typo. Still summer, next is autumn. Ah, I see. So that's why we see these trees, maybe. Maybe that's early autumn already. "30 hours of Bell 47. Oh, that hand flying with the Bell 47. Oh yeah, that will keep your attention. Actually, I'm not looking for anything, Aussie, but if you can point me somewhere, I'd gladly explore it. I have no idea what to see here. So I'm just looking at the interesting looking things to see in front of us. But yeah, I'd like to go through this canyon at least, because past that, there seems to be like a nice river and a dam, Taloa Dam even. Let's see if that's implemented. Even makes DCS helicopters feel like A320s. Oh, even comparing with DCS, the Bell 47 is really, yeah, that's the. So for me, the hand flying experience, the Arrow is the best when it comes to fixed wing. But like overall, I think it's the Bell 47 that takes the cake in the hand flying experience. That is the most intense hand flying I've ever done. You really have to be like 100% attentive in what's happening, which makes it even more fun. There it is. Yeah, let's try and stay inside the canyon. Might have some pretty strong downdrafts there, so we'll have to be careful. We'll see. And then I think what we can do is we can have something like a terrain. Ah, oh, dang it. That's only for for paid stuff. Really? Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. Yeah, okay. So we can't switch to that apparently. That's a paid only version. So the best we can do is zoom in here. True manual flying, yeah. Oh yeah, the downdrafts here, you guys can feel it. Getting blown off. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Please fasten seatbelts. Swedish sounding helicopter brand. I have no idea. I'm very bad with helicopters. Where did I take off? We started in Canberra, and then we're making our way northeast to what is that airport? Shell Harbour. Does that sound familiar to you guys? Shell Harbour? Looks like a place and the airport name. That's supposedly handcrafted. There's also a kangaroo valley that we can actually go through if we continue through this canyon here. That's familiar. Nice. Okay. South of Sydney, indeed. Nice. Is that known for is that like a tourist destination? What's that place known for? Beaches, looks like. So it's off the coast. It is a harbor. That kind of makes sense. Kangaroos dime a dozen. Oh, I wish they added kangaroos in the fauna. Is it fauna? Flora is the vegetation, right? Fauna is the animals. Some of their models don't have a governor. American brand makes small and medium helis. Robinson? Sikorsky? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm very limited in my helicopter vocabulary. Oh man, this looks nice. Up close and personal with these mountains. 2,000 feet. Let's just go full mixture in here. There you go. I think we can move to the right. Beautiful. 30-degree bank. Stay away from that, please. Thank you. Should be fine. There it is. The river. It's following the river. A little bit of adverse yaw. Counteract that with a bit of rudder. There you go. It's good. Level off here. Trimming. Ooh. Yeah. With strong winds. Air speeds are good. Unfortunately not Aussie, don't have Orbix, so we're only going to see the default photogrammetry from Sydney. I heard the Orbix one is superior, which is understandable. It is payware, you have to pay addition for it. But the default new photogrammetry from the World Update shouldn't be bad either. Oh goodness, that's strong. 1,500, let's stay there please, thank you. Okay, things look to have calmed down a bit. Does feel weird that it seems like I'm like pitched up in order to stay level. Maybe it's the downdrafts, huh? Maybe the downdrafts are pushing us down. Okay, let's get some space in here. Turn a bit to the right. So we can then have space to go left there. It's a bit narrow. Ooh. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's getting stronger. There we go. It's actually quite nice. Very scenic. I'll take a photo of this before we smash into a mountain at least. There you go, not too shabby. Alright, get back in. Yeah, it is looking like autumn, like early autumn with the trees starting to change color, some of the trees at least. Waiting for its update. Oh, it has issues. I see. I thought it's fixed by now. Ah. Got two Sydney Harbour bridges. I see. So they have to remove the Asobo provided one. I see. They have to override it manually, I imagine. Okay, let's get some of the RPM. I think it's a bit. Let's go full RPM here just to be on the safe side. You have kangaroos in your backyard? Are they generally friendly? They look cute but scary at the same time, like, please don't kick me kind of thing. They're meshed together. Ah, I see. why they touch Sydney when there is paid DLC. Yeah, there is a bit of redundancy in there, huh? On one end, it's good because people don't need to buy the paid scenery anymore. But then again, yeah, if there is one already, then it might be more worth the effort to work on something that's not yet touched. They're nice from a distance. Yeah. Ooh. Oh my goodness, yeah. The wind's here. Oh yeah, can get pretty strong now. Probably not the wisest place to fly into, but it does look pretty nice. Get some more power in here. Look at that. The river sneaking down below looks so good. The reflections, the lighting in this sim is just amazing. I missed it. Doing all that IFR flying in X-Plane is amazing, but yeah, you kind of miss the visuals from time to time. So it's nice to switch back and forth every now and then, get the best of both worlds. Probably missed a ton of messages. I think we're good. Ish. Probably missed some. Ooh, that bit late turning. Might need to be a bit sharper. 45 degrees maybe. There you go. Speeds are good. We're okay there. Yes. Okay, let's stay below. There we go. It's not too bad, huh? Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure which areas have been touched by the world update, but yeah, it is just a nice excuse to go and fly in Australia. So I don't know much about it. I've never been. We actually planned to go in 2020. We all know what happened then. So yeah, for now, flying here in the sim. At least in the sim I can see it. Hey Kevo! How's it going? Yeah, and to be honest, it's the same for me. So I'm not really from there, so I won't buy it specifically. But now that it's there, I will enjoy it. But yeah, I did buy the Singapore scenery though. The Singapore paid scenery, so I guess it really depends on where you are. But that's a good point of view. For outsiders, the free stuff is more than enough, probably. There we are. We're past the tight turns there, so starting to open up. The river is starting to also get bigger and bigger here, and the dam should actually be nearby, but I don't think it's implemented. Well, this should be the dam right here, right below us. Okay, one sec. Let me go wings level in here. This should be the dam. There's the dam, actually. Yeah, there it is. Not too bad. The levels are... You can't see the dam itself, right? But the level does change. The Enstroms. Oh, that's the helicopter without governor. I see. Right. But there are a lot of those, right? The helicopters without governor, so you have the throttle which twist. I have no idea how to make that work. I still have not tried that in the Bell 47 because I lack the access for it. I remember you were trying that out though with your X52, was it more or less? That's fun. You have more control over the... It's like driving a manual car versus an automatic car, right? You have more control on the power that you're giving the helicopter. Yeah, you never use the governor. Yeah, I think it takes some getting used to. But once you get used to it, you'll have more freedom, more flexibility in what you want the helicopter to do. It's like in a manual car. Definitely, Kevo, definitely. I love going through the checklists, and I love the feeling because it feels more like this plane. Realistically, I could own this. Like if I save up enough, if I really get into aviation in real life and start flying, I could save up for a plane like this. So it is not that impossible. But like getting a Challenger, that's only something I can do in the sim. So even though the Challenger is super advanced and super fancy, this plane feels more real. This one I can really like imagine that this can happen. So flying it this way is kind of like immersive in that sense, even though it's a lot simpler. It's nice. And I started watching YouTube videos, as I mentioned a while ago to the others, flying small GA planes. It's a bit more personal that way, and that has a nice touch to it too. Yeah, exactly, Kevo. Yeah, more approachable. It's something you can believe you can have at one point, right? You can dream about it, but like buying your own Challenger 650, it's like, okay, maybe we stick to the sim. Ooh, there's a house there. Nice. It's hard, then you avoid it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. The brain becomes the enemy at that point because it's hard. There's a tendency to avoid it and not try it at all, and that's a missed opportunity. I do that until now in VATSIM. Even though I've flown a few flights already, every time I try to get into VATSIM, I try to make excuses to not get into it. So I really have to force myself. But then afterwards, it becomes fun, so it's worth the effort. Stay at 2,000 feet here. Looks like a nice altitude, nice comfy altitude. Very nice lakes and everything. But man, the hand flying in this plane is just amazing. It's perfect for the honeycomb. Yep, bit of downdrafting there. There we go. Actually, I'm not sure where we're going now, if we are even getting near the airport. 1 second, I actually missed switching tanks, my bad. Should be switching at 45. Fuel pressure, fuel flow, engine sound, all good. It will at that price. You're paying 1.5 for the engine overhaul. Yeah, it's still expensive, very much expensive, yes, but nowhere near how expensive a business jet is like, right? So it's still super expensive, but at least it's a lot more believable that it's attainable at some point. Even though you probably have to spend your life savings for it, but it is still technically affordable. But yeah, getting a business jet, literally in your dreams. Oh, there's the airport actually to our right. Maybe we can skip it. Yeah, I think we can go straight to, let's go direct to, so what I can do is go here, Shell Harbour Airport. We can go and activate leg, or we can say direct, Shell Harbour, activate. There you go. So now that switches the thing. So we go direct to that leg. Nice. Hey, very different here now. Look at that. The entire like biome changed from like a very barren deserty kind of feel. Now it's so lush, as green as can be. Very nice. Wow. This is beautiful. Where are we? Let's see. There is an airstrip up ahead. Yeah, we are almost at the coast. That's the ocean already. That is the Pacific Ocean, yes. Just follow through here. There's still a bit of a canyon kind of vibe here. You got no choice. Yeah, that's true. Oh, what the heck is that? 1 second. Weird. Okay. That's true. Free stuff is always good. Yeah. Not buying anymore until game development over. Yeah, it's a bit hard. But it looks like there are lots of new things coming up. It seems like 2022 is the year of the airliners in MSFS, I'm hoping. So maybe my statement a while ago that when I go IFR flying, I go with X-Plane, maybe that will not hold true anymore in a couple of months. Maybe this month even. Did you guys see the Inibuild's A310? I think they hinted they might be released this month. They didn't confirm it, but the developer Inibuilds is saying that February is going to be a good month for MSFS. And Inibuilds, from what I know, they have a very good reputation with their planes in X-Plane. So they know what they're doing. Right, let's go ahead and maybe get out of this canyon because it's a dead end right there. Let's just go around it just so we can get up close and personal with this. Lots of free scenery in flightsim.to. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's where I download my stuff too. Yeah, even like planes. You guys familiar with the what's it called? The Bonanza improvement mod. That's been through a couple of iterations. I actually downloaded it. It's still under development, and now they're working on state saving. Like actual spark plugs can foul. All the states can be saved. If you foul your spark plug, then it will stay fouled until you clean it up. Things like that. I think that's in progress. And I downloaded it. I actually was thinking of flying it today, but still, from what I've seen in terms of like the hand flying experience, the Arrow still takes a cake in my books. RV-14. I have not yet, I think. What kind of plane is an RV-14? My goodness, so many planes coming up for MSFS. The British Aerospace 146 from Just Flight. I'm not sure when that releases. Of course, BMDG 737. Inibuild's A310. Was it A310? Yeah, I think A310. Yeah. And then what else is coming up? ATR 72 from Milvis. I think Asobo has their own ATR 72 as well coming up. So many goodies. Yeah. The one Flight Chops built. Actually, I haven't watched Flight Chop so much. I know he's very famous, but I haven't had a chance to check out his video so much yet. Maybe I should catch up on his vids. Real Air SAI Marchetti. Home built with modern avionics. Ooh, nice. Cool. Content is amazing. I'll have a look. Thank you. I need more of that GA flying. Very nice. Right, I've heard good things about the Google Maps mod. It is a bit of a gray area though. So as a content creator, I don't want to encourage it. But yes, I've heard it is quite promising. There's a town there on the right side that should be, I don't know how to pronounce this, Gerringong? Looks like. Man, this looks so nice. And yeah, the trees vary. It's not like because it's autumn, everything goes brown. It still depends on the area, it still depends on the trees. So 1 second, I actually have to modify that. 036 or something like that. Yeah. I've also heard instances where it can cause a stutter. So yes, your mileage may definitely vary. Okay, here it is. We are actually near Shell Harbour already. It looks like Shell Harbour is right next to a lake what do you call that? Illawarra. Let's look at the map. Ooh, 1 second. Few downdrafts in here. So get close to this hill. Looks like there are some people living there. Nice. Let me see. Okay, I'm bringing up the map. There we are. Pretty close. So, how's the weather like here? I have no idea. There's no weather station in here. So we'll have to fly over the airport, which is good. Then let's look for the windsock, and then let's plan our approach based on that. But the elevation is basically sea level. I think it's 31 feet, so okay. 1,000 would be the pattern altitude, and let's stay at 2,000. So if we need to cross midfield, overfly the airport to cross the runway, we can be above traffic altitude. Is there a town here too? Okay, Shell Harbour, the town itself. Is it a town or a city, guys? I think that's the one already. Yeah, that should be what we're looking at, Shell Harbour itself. And then the airport should be around there. Okay, stay at 2,000. Ancient tech. Plane engines, yeah. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? Like even the airliners we have, right? They're mostly like retrofitted planes with original designs back in the 70s. Like the 737. It's gone through so many iterations, right? But at the core of it, they just make the fuselage longer, the wings, the engine's bigger, like the switches and the philosophy behind it stays mostly the same. And it works. Why not? Big highway. Looks like this is the A1 right here below us. You guys ever gone here in real life? Looks pretty cozy. Looks like a nice vacation spot. Lots of beaches there. And then if you look through here, the vastness of the Pacific Ocean. Oh my goodness. Hey, there's a plane there. Hey, who is that? Oh, Chop 26. I wonder if that's live traffic or a real player. Nice. It's nice you can actually see the nav lights and the strobes. That was a player. Oh, might be. Cool. Yeah, thankfully at least Mugs has improved, has updated his mod, UI mod, so you can show and hide the nameplates easily enough. It's still not perfect, like the points of interest still don't pop up properly or don't get hidden properly, like the stalks of the points of interest stay there even if the name can be hidden. But it's better than nothing. And that looks so nice. Feels like city skylines. You can see the roundabouts. Oh, apparently Australians are very fond of roundabouts too. It kind of makes sense, huh? Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Very nice flying through here. There's the airport. I have the runway in sight. All the runways. Let's see. Alright, do we need to switch tanks? Not quite. Right tank is actually still a bit full. So let's overfly the airport and see where the windsock is pointing. I actually overflew an airport yesterday, somewhere near Melbourne. Forgot which name it was, but it was a bit weird. The windsocks were kind of not agreeing with each other. One windsock was pointing this way, the other was pointing that way. I think it was more of a bug with the scenery. than the winds actually being different. So let's see if it here, it kind of makes sense. What is the minimum speed for the landing gear? So it's also 120. Okay, down 120. 1 second. Gear up 107. I'm actually not sure if that's the gear extension speed. Oh, there it is. Gear down 129. Okay. Flap set 103. Okay. Okay, 120. 120 it is. So 2,000 feet here above the pattern altitude. For drifting in snow. Oh my goodness, I saw those kinds of videos. Intense. Okay, looks like we don't have any waypoints anymore. So we reached it already. You guys see anything? Keep your eyes peeled. Let me zoom in a bit to help. Goodness, that's a large plane. How did that airliner fit in there? There's the windsock. I see it. I see. Looks like this runway right here is perfect. That windsock as well. Okay, good. So let's maybe cross here midfield and let's join the downwind for that runway. Runway 25 maybe? What runway is this? 08? 26 then. Okay, runway 26. Alright, let's go ahead and put that 26 just so I have a visual reference. Looking good. 26, that's the one. Start slowing down here. We are below 129 knots, so gear can go down. Start slowing, start going down. 500 to 800 feet per minute, that should be okay. There's the runway. Let's make a left turn. Getting slower and slower, that's good. Still pretty high, that's okay. Can make it work. There it is. Downwind. Too steep. Alright, let's do our landing checks. Go flaps, 1 notch of flaps. Looking good there. Keeping it steady. Let's do our landing checks. Gas. We checked a while ago, but let's check again. Fullest tank, yeah. Undercarriage, yes. Gear down, we have 3 greens. And flaps will be to follow. Mixture is full. Props. Weller is full. And switches. Let's go for aux, landing lights, and the automatic gear extension disabled. Okay, that's blinking, good. Right, let's make our turn. There's the runway, we're a bit far, that's okay. There it is, looking good. Keep it around 500 feet per minute descent. Base, stern final now. What would we saying at this point? Shell Harbour traffic, Sierra Golf Echo, or Arrow, Sierra Golf Echo, turning final, runway 26, full stop, Shell Harbour traffic. Something along those lines, I imagine, just to practice it more. And then we exit the runway. I think we have to back taxi. Oh, I'm a bit high. My bad. Okay. We have to catch up. It's okay. Full flaps. Landing checks. Gas. Undercarriage. Mixture. Props. Switches. We're good as well. Okay, good for landing. Focus on the outside. Looking good. Speeds. Let's go for 75 knots. Trim up, trim up. Bit steady. That looks better. Ooh, stuttering. at the last possible moment. There you go. Bit low. Throttle up. 70 knots. That should be okay. Keep it there. Bit gusty. Bit low. There you go. Alright, that's okay-ish. Bit lower than I prefer, but it's okay. Make it work. Oh my goodness, that's pretty weird right there. Very yawish. Very good. Right, lower that down. And I see a taxiway up here. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this. Ooh, anyone recognize what plane that is? Looks pretty fancy, looks vintage. Welcome to Shell Harbour, guys. Turn off the aux pump and the landing lights. Pull back the mixture a bit so we don't foul the spark plugs. Sky Park, yeah, Sky Park is very nice for these kinds of missions. I'm looking forward to more features. My goodness, that's a very high detailed plane. What is that? Wow. Maybe you can stop by here for now. Just need to refuel. Neptune aircraft. Hey driver, thanks for joining us. Thanks for that input. Let's have a closer look at it. Goodness, that looks nice. Feels like the Millennium Falcon at this point, huh? With like the observatory kind of cockpit in there. My goodness, the visibility in there must be so nice. You can see so much below you. Wow. Is that for the gunner maybe? And this is for the pilot. Looks like it, huh? Maybe it looks like the Millennium Falcon in that design. Maybe that's where they got it from. But yeah, this is a handcrafted airport from what I know. And yes, why is there a Qantas 747 in here? Goodness. You okay, bro? Is that live traffic? I'm not so sure. Goodness. That might be a design more than anything. That might be intended, huh? Super cool. City of Canberra. Static plane. Very interesting. That is part of the display. Ah, I see. That is amazing. I thought it was a bug initially. Goodness, that looks so cool. But yeah, what I am confused about are these markings on the ground. I see this more in these Australian airports. Like you have this taxiway, right? And this is all good. This is understandable to me. Taxiway, okay, straightforward. You have the whole short line and whatnot. And then what I don't get are these lines with the yellow and black ones. So when you turn off like that, is that like you park at the end of that? Like this one, you stop here? Is that how it works? Or yeah, but I see that very often in these Australian airports. I don't think I've seen that in others. You can see it is a bit gusty. If we look at the windsock, we should get an idea of how strong the winds are, right? So it's like, I think every line, is 5 knots. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, if I remember correctly. So that one is probably around, what, 10 knots of winds? Is that correct? Yeah, that's actually close. Little nav map is saying. Let me show you what little nav map is saying. Yeah, 255 at 9 knots. So that's pretty accurate. Depending on that, where that the wind. So you can see this line is straight and then it bends there. So that point where it bends, That's around the 10 knot mark. Cool. Maneuvering markings. It might be. Home of the HARS. Oh, Sub Hunter. That cockpit right there. Cool. Hey Brandon, thanks for joining. Hope you're enjoying the chill stream. Hey, there's even a helipad. Or was. It's your time to shine. The Bell 47 is waiting. Okay. Flying as well. Almost to Dallas. Stay safe, man. Enjoy. What are you flying? In which sim? Very cool. Man, this looks nice here. Coupled with the seasons mod. And see some of the trees starting to turning yellow. Might be a bit early in real life, but I kind of got too excited about that. An A320. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Enjoy. E707. What is that? I'm quite new to aviation, so I am only familiar with the planes that I've flown in the sim. Looks like the fuel truck is going to us. Feel like a VIP. Or not. Wonder where he's going. Okay, cool. But yes, let's go ahead and refuel and then get out of here. Head on towards Sydney. Let's get back in the plane. Alright, so let's see. We need to stop that, reset, then let's go and turn off the avionics by basically pulling the circuit breaker. Turn off strobes, nav lights, and just throttle mixture. Oh crap. I think it detected that I ended the flight. Hopefully that's not going to be bad. Okay, let's turn it off for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and fuel up. Let's get out of here for now. Get a bit of fresh air, stretch our legs, go on a bio break. Good. This is an Arrow. The Piper Arrow from Just Flight. Highly recommended. For me, the best GA plane out there for MSFS. Add-on linker, yes, I use add-on linker too. It's very user friendly. Well, it takes some getting used to, but it's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Yeah, Simlinks, the name of the game. So you can turn in on and off mods easily. 170 nautical miles to go. Oh, that's going to be quick with A320. Good. Alright, so let's refuel. How much do we need to refuel? Well, how far is Sydney from here? Can we even make it? Let's see. So if you go for a straight path, actually let me show you the map. So if you start from Shell Harbour, I set that as my origin, and then the arrival would be, do we want to go here in the international airport? Is it this one? Kingsford Smith. Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee. Guess so. Looks big enough definitely. But maybe as a small plane, we should actually be landing on a smaller airport, right? Kind of feels more proper here in Bankstown. So let's go there instead, but let's go through Sydney for sure. And that will be, if you look, 39 miles. Oh, that's nothing. That's pretty close actually. Cool. Help keep track of outdated or updated mods. I don't think it does, but flightsim.to should help with that if you download it from them. Okay, looks good. In terms of the altitude, we can stay pretty low actually. We can stay, oh yeah, we can stay like 1,500, 2,000 feet. Yeah, we can say 2,000 feet. Should be okay. And that is 39 nautical miles. Actually, maybe we didn't even need to refuel. But we are going to fly around Sydney, so why not? Let's go ahead and fill that up, maybe around 70% just to be on the safe side. There you go. Even footing, 71, that's okay. Alright, let's get back in. $100 1TB SSD, yes. I have a 1TB M.2 NVMe too. Very nice, very fast, and more than enough storage for most cases. Not for also orthophotos though. Alright, let's go ahead, turn that back on. Back on, alternator on. Looking good, fuel is reflecting. Left tank. Looking good. I don't think we need to prime the engine anymore, right? Because it's not cold anymore. So what we can do is RPM, full propeller, full forward. A bit of throttle in there. Oh, you know what I forgot? I always forget this. Magnetos. One should never forget. Turn that off immediately. Okay, clear prop. There we go. Nice. Turn on the avionics. You can see the load on the ammeter. I like that. When I pull the circuit breaker, look at this one, right? The ammeter. If I pull the circuit breaker, it goes to 0. Almost no load. But once I turn on the avionics, push back the circuit breaker in, there it is. And I guess that's one of the reasons why you would want to turn that on later. After you start the engine, there's that huge spike. It can be dangerous. Yeah, there's a limited amount of data that it can handle, but that's a big limit. Hey boss baby, thanks for following. Appreciate that. Okay, let's go and start off again. Right now it's, what's the name of the place? 1 second. Sierra Hotel Lima. Yankee. Sierra Hotel Lima. Shell Harbour Airport. Just go direct to Yankee Sierra Bravo Kilo, which is a kilo. Bankstown. Good. Looking good. There you go. Let's go back to the map. Nice. Welcome to Aussie. Thank you. Yes, I'll need your help. I need your help, guys, especially because we are going to be, well, we're going to Sydney now, and there will be a lot of buildings, and I will not be able to know them. So just type here when you spot any of the known buildings, known establishments, so that the viewers can actually know what we are looking at. Turn on the nav lights, landing lights, why not? Right, off we go. Pull back on the mixture. Don't want to foul the spark plugs while taxiing. Let's go and taxi back to the runway 26. The runway is here. Is there a way through? 1 second, let's make use of this airport diagram when we zoom in. Yeah, I think there is a taxiway to the left. Over here. Yeah, there it is. Good. Don't need to back taxi. So it's going to be a 0-0 track. Let's go and adjust that course here. Man, look at the detail in here, right? Let's go to idle in here and just coast along. Pull the mixture. Engine might die on me actually. 1 second, guys. I'll catch up to you in a bit. Just focusing on the different things here. There we go. Man, what is that? Whoa, lots of different planes in here. Yeah, the 747. Yeah, we were looking at that a while ago. I thought initially it was a bug. But apparently that's really there in real life. Super cool. Hey Game Purist, how are you? Right, yes. We actually managed to get airborne much faster. Right, looking good. Let's go and start the timer in here. Let's do our checks before we take off, and I'll catch up with chat if I can. Oklahoma right now, nice. Right, gas, yes, fully tanked, but the aux pump not yet on. There you go. Undercarriage, yes, gears are down, flaps are up. Yes, mixture is full, there you go. Propeller is full, and switches are on except strobes. There you go. Okay, good. Ready for takeoff. Final is clear. Runway is clear. Windsock pointing this way. Good. Looks good. Runway 26. Let's go and announce. Shell Harbour traffic, Arrow Sierra Golf Echo. Departing runway 26 to the northeast. Shell Harbour traffic. Okay, looks good. Runway 26. Heading is not really correct. Let's adjust that so I have visual reference of it. Okay, good. Oil pressure, all temperature, fuel pressure, all in the green. Takeoff thrust is set. Takeoff power is set rather. Looking good. Airspeed's alive. 60 knots. Start pulling back bit by bit. Oh, you know one thing I forgot, the trims. Thankfully the trims were not too bad. Yeah, should be setting the takeoff trim, which is basically neutral trim for this plane. Positive brake, tap the brakes, gear up. Flaps are already up, so no need. Let's do our after takeoff checks. Fuel pump, landing lights, automatic gear extension, turn that on. Start our turn to the right. Yeah, this is freeware. Yes, freeware world update from Microsoft Flight Simulator. Cool stuff. Yes, MSFS. Alright. Looking good. Should we call again? Is that something we do? There's a 747, you can see it from here. So nice. Is it Qantas or Qantas? I never knew how to pronounce it. I've never flown on one of those, on that airliner. So 2,000 feet is going to be our cruising altitude. Lake Illawarra. Is it? Yeah. Big one next to the airport. Let's have a look. Let me go and go to the drone mode. There it is. Is this entire thing? Oh yeah, that's a huge lake. Goodness, even the curves and everything I imagine would be realistic. Qantas, thank you, Qantas. That helps a lot. Alright, looking good. Let's pull back a bit on the... Actually, throttle can remain full. Let's pull back a bit and then pull back a bit on the RPM as well for that steady cruise climb. 2,000. Oh, my bad. Actually went beyond a bit there. Should be okay. Trim. Pull back on the power a bit. And the RPM, I'd like to be at 2,300 just for that steady hum. Nothing too loud. 2,300 would be right there. Good. Let's get back down to 2,000 feet, trimming it out. It's a bit bumpy. Hey Alex, glad you made it, man. How's it been? How are things going? Thanks for dropping by, man. Appreciate it. We're headed to Sydney. Right on time. Saltwater Lake. Oh, I see. Interesting. It's that close to the ocean, huh? Things going good. Nice to hear, man. Nice to hear. Okay. Is that really 35 miles? Yes, okay, yes. 35 miles to Sydney. More or less. Start maybe descend to 2,000 feet here a bit. Go back on a bit here. Then maybe we can trim it. We can lean the mixture once we get there. Towards Wollongong and Port Kembla. Is that, what is that? Is that the port? Sure looks like a port to me, that one on the right. It's funny watching people fly helicopters IRL. Looks less dramatic and difficult. Yeah, they make it look so easy, the pros. And then when you try it for yourself, like, what the heck? At least the first few times, right? The first hundreds of hours. Yeah, Wollongong? I think it's this one, this area right here. The city. Short flight. Main city hub, there it is. So it's this entire thing right here. Wow. The detail, right? I'm actually not sure if this is photogrammetry, maybe. Looks very nice. Just don't get too close because you'll start seeing the molten buildings. But from here, it looks perfect. 2,000 feet, there we are. Stay on that course. Okay. Bring a bit of power back in so we level off. Actually, let's get the QNH for Sydney. Actually, we can do that here, right? Metar. Let's go for the international airport. Sierra Yankee. Cavo K 2408 knots. 3011 QNH 1010. I think we already are at 1010. Yes, indeed. Okay. So we have the right altitude here. Hey, look at that. Anyone want to live there, right by the cliff? That must be a nice view here, huh? And there's a ship. That's thanks to the global AI ship traffic or something along those lines. The mod. The free mod. My goodness. It's easier in real life than in the sim. Ah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. Because in real life you have the sensation. You can balance yourself based on the sensation. That's why in real life, even pilots, if not helicopters, even pilots of fixed wing planes, they can easily like look down like this, right? And then they know that they're still flying level because they can feel it. If they start banking to the left or right, they will feel it immediately. For us sim flyers, if you look like this, you have no idea what's happening anymore. That makes it very challenging. There's no sensation. Seat of your pants flying, right? Big highway in here. What is this? This is the M1. Oh, apparently you have your own M1 version. And you guys also drive on the wrong side of the road. I'm one to talk. I'm living in Singapore. I like that. They have this large cliff, and then you have the city right below. It's very nice. Let's take this angle right here. Princess Motorway M1. Ah, that's what you call it. Nice. Thank you for the local information. Mount Kira. Where is Mount Kira? Is that something we can see from here? That's the M1 for sure. Winding all around the vicinity. Very nice. Man, Morwaz, you'll be proud of me. I have not turned on autopilot this entire stream. I love it. A butt shaker. Oh yes, I've heard about that. Ah. Is that something is compatible with all kinds of seats? And do you know if it works with MSFS and X-Plane? Because I've heard of that, and yeah, that would be great. You drive on the proper side. Bully, Tirol, Austin, what is that? Still fly like you're on autopilot. Well, that's huge compliment, thanks. Thankfully, the winds are not that intense, right? Very calm. Yeah, like right now, we're actually flying level thanks to the calm winds. A bit banking to the right though, to the left, so maybe a bit of right rudder trim just to counteract that a bit. So I don't need to keep on correcting. Man. Yoke have a centering tendency, yes. The Honeycomb Alpha. Highly recommend this yoke. I started with the CH Eclipse yoke, which is a good starter yoke. That eventually started like having malfunctions, small malfunctions that ruined the experience for me. So I decided to splurge and get the Honeycomb Alpha. Oh my goodness, it is night and day difference in terms of the realism. So if you get a chance, yes, I highly recommend getting the Honeycomb Alpha. Lake Avon, Cordeaux, Moronora. Oh my goodness, it's like a live Google Maps here. Awesome stuff, man. Thank you. I do notice though, the frames are a bit lower in general. I noticed that when you kind of like end a flight and you still continue afterwards. Like you remember guys when in one of the recent updates they finally removed that screen where you can go back to the main menu or continue. Like they basically auto press continue for you. But afterwards, if you continue like this, it still works like it's a bit slower. Like there's something loading in the background that I can't quite pinpoint. Not sure why. But yeah, I noticed that yesterday when I was flying too. So I think it's better if you just like restart, go to the main menu and get back in, just to keep it clean. Because now we have our FPS lower in general. Some CPU loads going on which I don't have visibility on. They supply part of the drinking water to Sydney. Wow, fancy. Cool stuff. "20 miles away from Sydney. We should actually start seeing the city already, some parts of it at least. Let me see how we can spot it. Yeah, we can probably overfly the airport we're going to. Or maybe not. As soon as we start seeing parts of the city, you guys can let me know. Oh, do you want to turn on points of interest so we see the places' names? Let me know. I can turn it on. Because right now I think it's off. Helensburgh to the right. Is that a town? Let me see. Yes, indeed, Helensburgh to the right. Let's go over it. I forgot to lean the mixture, my bad. Start leaning it now. Lean the mixture, I mean at 2,000 feet it's not that necessary, but it helps. Leaning the mixture like so, that's the peak. 100 degrees reach of peak, right so, good, okay. 2,000 feet, keeping it there. Suburb of Wollongong. The names are very interesting. It's kind of like a mix of, I don't know what you call it. There's some English parts there, but also some like, I don't know, would that be like native Australians or whatever you call them? How would you call them? I have no idea. There is Helensburgh. Is it Helensburgh or Helensborough? One never knows at this point. So many local rules. 15 minutes coming up. We will start switching to the right tank. English Aboriginal. Ah, I see. You only load cold and dark with no flight plan. Just load it into the GPS. If you shut the plane down twice, you will reboot after the next landing. Right, yeah, same here. I don't like starting with the engine on already and on the runway. It's partly for immersion, right? The feeling of starting from cold and dark is something that's hard to describe. The immersion that adds in, and also because you know exactly what the status is of each and every switch because you're the one who did it. Good. I think let's keep our landing lights on this entire time because we are pretty low here. Might be good for visibility. Good luck, Leicester. Royal National Park further up. Oh, I see it in the map. Should be somewhere there. Yeah, should be pretty close. Let me use a ruler. 6 miles ahead, so that should be probably that one. Should start seeing the city after that. Yeah, we can start seeing a bit of the city already. Don't even load the destination. Yes, same here. But yeah, same here, Kevo. I don't use the world map at all for setting a flight plan. I only use the world map, the initial screen for choosing a plane and choosing an origin and the time and weather. But I don't load my flight plan there. But it still lags. I don't know why. It's weird. But now I think it's better. I'm not sure if it's finished loading. It does seem smoother. You can see Greater Sydney build up now. Ooh, so that's the one. Right. North and east. Cool stuff. You can actually fly over, go to Sydney, Kingsford Smith. Is there like a nickname for that airport? You just call it Sydney International maybe. Gets really bad during long hauls. Ah, yes, I've heard of that too, like the performance deterioration as time goes by. Yeah, it's very hard to pinpoint for the developers. I think they're asking for more inputs from that from the community for those who are having the issues. Yeah, I don't think I've encountered that specifically. Mine gets bad performance only when I end the flight. But then again, I have not gone through those like 8-hour long flights ever. So maybe that's something that only appears in those super long hauls. Kingsford Smith is the nickname for the... Okay, thanks. Kingsford Smith International indeed. Cool. Here's the city now. Oh, we've climbed a bit. Just pull back on the power just a tad. Get back to 2,000 feet. Exactly. The pleasures of GA. Exactly. Yes. But yeah, for GA flying, MSFS really has it nailed down. Granted, it still has improvement areas, right? But overall, this kind of experience, you don't need to focus so much on the procedures. IFR flying and whatnot, IF rules. Yeah, that's great. Sutherlandshire. Port Hacking River. Seeing something to the right, I think. Boat Harbour Park. Might be that one. Cool, yes. The buildings are starting to come in. It's just great, right? The entire world. You see it from the distance. There's downtown. There's the skyline. All like basically triangles at this point, but let's hope they load in. But yeah, you can see them from here now. Very nice. And yeah, the weather is just, you can see in the distance the clouds are getting a bit more thick. right? A bit like scattered in there. Here it's like few clouds. It's not Cav OK though. The Metro was saying Cav OK. But so the accuracy is not yet completely there, but my goodness, what we do have is an amazing platform already at this stage. And yes, looking forward to the improvements that are coming in the sim update coming on 1st of March or early March, right? First week of March. Good luck, Brandon. Your house, turn left. Oh, you live here. No wonder you know all the stuff. Does it look very different from 2,000 feet up? That intersection there. 5-way intersection. This must get really heavy with traffic. So, I want to go to the touristy spots, guys. Help me out. Where's like the Sydney Opera House, the bridge? Do you go past the city, the buildings? Should be. Is it before the buildings? Spot on. Nice. Outside air temperature. Yeah, 20 degrees. We should be able to. Let's try it. There you go. I think by default you should get a black screen, but I've just disabled the airframe overstress kind of thing. It's a cool 20 degrees outside. Very nice weather. And yes, the sounds are spot on. Botany Bay. Very nice. What is Captain Cook's landing place? I see it in the map. I think it's somewhere there. Sounds fancy. No idea what it is though. It seems to be... Oh, this is the airport already. Yeah, these are the runways, guys. Yeah, there it is. Cool. Sydney Airport is this one already. Nice. Hey, Jackrabbit. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Port Botany is right over that one, I believe. Yeah, I can even see the ships in there. Nice. Lots of containers. Dawes Point, Monterey to the left. Yeah, Monterey. I see it in the map. Should be this one, is it? Or 1 second, no. Should be, I think, over our wing. I guess this is the airport itself. Let's see, do we have aircraft in there? No, we don't. I think we can start descending after we cross the airport. Let's start descending to maybe 1,000 feet. There we go. So we can get close and personal with the buildings. Let's get some music in here. Because I will start with pausing the sim when we get to some nice points. Three runways. There we go, starting our descent. 1,000. Very nice. What is that in front of us? That one, is that like a racetrack? Interesting. That should be Royal Randwick Racecourse. Indeed, it is. Cool. Maybe some people don't have the monitoring of the sounds properly. And this is looking great. The details are starting to come in. Some of the buildings are still black, but as we get closer, the details should start coming up. I see that opera house up ahead. You guys see it? Oh crap. There it is, guys. There's the bridge too. Oh my goodness, there it is. Cool. Okay. Configure for slow flight. Hey, that's a good point. How would we do that? Extend flaps, extend the gear? Yeah, that's a good tip. Looks pretty amazing. There is a stadium here as well. Actually, two of them. Side by side. Anyone know what these are? Very nice details. Hey, there seems to be like a very interesting building in there. The photogrammetry is not very good from this distance and zoomed in. I think it hasn't loaded completely in. That's one of the weaknesses of photogrammetry in the sim. Don't get too close, otherwise you get to see the imperfections, like compared with the Sydney Opera House, right? I think that one is not photogrammetry. That one is like a specific custom-made 3D asset, maybe? Cricket ground in Sydney Football Stadium. Oh, those two that are next to each other. Cool. Thank you for being my tour guide here. Is that the bridge? What do you call this bridge? Looks like a very famous one. Man, that looks amazing. And it's almost unbelievable that the sim can handle this. My GPU isn't even maxing out. 73%. And my CPU is at 46%. That's with recording and streaming. Hey, there's someone here. Hey! Hey there! Yeah, Snoopy Ranger, hello! Awesome stuff. Someone's touring as well. Beautiful. Let's take a photo like here. Maybe if I turn this way, I'll pause the sim, okay? Don't get surprised. There you go. Harbour Bridge. This is Harbour Bridge. Nice. There we are. Now where is the Opera House? I think it's the other way. Here. There it is. See if we can get a nice shot in. That one looks good. Maybe correct that a bit. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Hey, Incredible. How are you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for saying hi. And of course, we need a bridge shot. Me being me, we need a bridge shot. There is actually even a flag in there. Hey, this is a nice shot. Oh my goodness. I think I have our thumbnail. That looks so good. Let's get closer to the bridge after I take this shot. There you go. Welcome back, Marwaz. Let's get closer to that thing. There's a flag here. Is that the flag of Sydney, maybe? Not familiar with that circle there. Very nice detail though. There's a bridge here below as well. Is that real? That seems like it will be in the way of the cars, wouldn't it? Seems a bit dangerous. If the wind goes the other way, it will be dangerous. New South Wales flag. Oh, that's the state. Nice. Bridge shot. My goodness, yeah. When it comes to scenery, Can't really beat MSFS. Good. It's a bug with the design, I see. Next to the bridge is Luna Park. Hey, Tiger. Thanks for that input. Welcome to the stream. Ooh, what is this? It looks like a carnival of sorts. Very nice. Cool stuff. Coney Island. Funnyland. That is nice attention to detail right there. Luna Park. Did I miss it? Next to the bridge. Let me see if I can see it in the map. Luna Park. Okay, I think that's the one, right? The one I looked at? That's Luna Park. I see. Okay, good. Thank you. This is not Orbix. This is default. Default from the world update. It's a great update. Orbix, I think, are Australians though. I think the base is in Australia, and they have their own version of this, which I heard is much better, even better quality than this. Like the buildings are much more crisp, less molten. But I think currently there is a bug. There's a conflict with the world update. Wow. Wow. One more. Wow.
Unchanged from millions of years.
Okay, I think we move on. Wrong photo, this one. Nice. Orbix did it for world updates. So they were the ones who did this as well. Might be. Yeah. Although that one is photogrammetry, so they probably did not do that. They did not handcraft that. But yes, some of the handcrafted buildings, yes, that's a good point. Probably from Orbix. Yeah, looks way better than what you've seen before. Very, very good. Very nice. Getting too low. Get back to 1000. But man, the details in this city, right? So nice. Yeah, same here, Marwaz. I try to keep my scenery add-ons to a minimum. So it's great that these are in here by default. There's another like skyline in there in the horizon. Some more bridges. But yeah, definitely seems like lots of things happening here in Sydney. There's another bridge there. Looking very good. There we go. Back to 1,000 feet. On the way to the airport. Darling Harbour to the left. Is it that one? Something is beeping. Is that the outer marker, maybe? The ILS? Maybe. I'm looking for a light. Audio panel. Maybe it's somewhere here. Oh, it's gone. I was thinking it was somewhere here. Maybe a different setting. Improving and stepping it up with every update. Yeah, that's true. It's very promising. They did promise us more sim update oriented focus this year. So they really want it not just to be for casual flyers. They really wanted to make it a simulation. This Jorg, that's his vision. That's what we shared in the last Q&A. And I'm very happy with that direction. So I really hope that they deliver on that. Because yeah, he mentioned that he's not happy with the current state of the sim. And that's reflective, right? If you ask people, if you ask them about the flight model, about the realism, about the actual flying experience. All in all, MSFS is not really at the top. It's more like for casual sightseeing and whatnot. So I think he really wants to change that perception. So it's good. That's good. It's kind of like challenge accepted, making it a more simulation oriented sim. Parramatta skyline to the right. I probably missed it already, huh? My bad. That's true, yeah. I explained DCS. They're a bit ahead when it comes to the platform maturity, so it's fair to cut MSFS some slack with its imperfections. As long as it continuously improves, doesn't stay put, that's great. I think what irritates a lot of people is it's kind of like a one step forward, two steps back sometimes because of the bugs that get introduced, right? That's what gets frustrating. You're trying to implement something, it gets implemented, but something else gets impacted. So it's kind of, can't we just have like a clean update? And hopefully that's what's coming in this next sim update, where they are focusing on stability and not just features. Actually, I don't think there are any new features. Oh, there are. The prop drag, right? Propeller drag is going to be implemented. It's going to be something cool for turboprops. Congrats, Brandon. A320 is getting full hydraulic simulation. Oh yeah, I saw that update. Very nice. Like the left and right sides aren't even like getting pressurized at the same time. Hey AOA, thanks for the follow. CFD video was neat. What is the CFD video? Sorry. DCS. Yeah, I've seen some videos of it. Looks very nice. 3D clouds and everything. Allow that. But yes, we should be getting more hardcore simulation this year, maybe even this month in some cases, depending on the developer's point of view. I should actually be 2,000 feet here, but no one's checking. Let's stay here at 1,000. So I'm looking for the windsock. I imagine the winds are coming from the east, coming from the west, supposedly. So we should be landing this way. So I'm expecting we'll be landing in one of those. Let's see. Oh wow, so many. 2-9er right, probably. Closer to the ramp. I'm looking for a windsock though. Oh, I see something. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Wind's coming from the right, so we'll be getting a bit of crosswind. The left. Okay, let's go and join the downwind leg. 2-9er. 2-9er, okay. Let's go with that. Is there an ILS frequency we can tune into? Hey, there's a plane there. I think that's live traffic. Super cool. Let me see, is there live traffic? ILS rather. Oh, there is no ILS. Okay, fine. Man, look at that snaking highway. Beautiful. Oh, there's someone landing. Someone on final. Cozy basket on final. Say Cessna 172. Did he go around or something? No, he's on final there. 2-9er right as well. Okay, we're number 2 following him. Let's go and announce to practice ourselves. Bankstown traffic. Arrow Sierra Golf Echo. Turning base. Runway 2-9er right. Full stop. Bankstown traffic. I see one more to the in front of us. I think that's live traffic. the gear down. Let's do our checks. Oh crap, I actually forgot to switch tanks all the way through, didn't I? Yeah, we're so imbalanced right now. Right tank right there. Oh, and yes, went really over. Banks on traffic. Arrow, Sierra Golf, Echo. Turning final. Runway 29er right. Full stop. Banks down traffic. One sec guys, I'll get back to you in a bit. Just rushing a bit here. Undercarriage. Gas, undercarriage, mixture. Props. Switches. Yes, good. Alright, catch up. Full flaps. AKD, how's it going? The U52, now it has a manual as well, right? Computational fluid dynamics. Ah, CFD. Wow, fancy. Yes. That's very nice. From the Q&A, yeah, very promising. I think the plane developers will love that. Yeah, as expected, we are getting some crosswinds from the left. I'm a bit fast, slowing it down. That looks good. Trim up, trim up, trim up. Keep it steady. Right rudder. Ballooning. My bad. Might be a bit harder landing. Yeah. Not the most even, but we'll take it. Can stop here. Can make it here. Thank you. There you go. Pull back on the mixture. Don't spark. Don't foul the spark plugs. Welcome to Sydney, guys. Strobes off. Banks down traffic. Arrow, Sierra Golf, Echo, clear. Off runway 29er right. Heading to the ramp. Banks down traffic. I don't know how to make that call. Should be okay. Doing good. Pre-GPS. Aerobatics, oh my goodness, that's something that is beyond me. I leave that to you guys, the experts. Yeah, Milvis has a lot planned. I'm looking forward to it as well. Smell the arrow through the screen. That's great. That's a good thing, right? The immersion gets through to the screens. There's one more flying through there. But yeah, the immersion that this sim adds in, especially for GA, it's amazing. For GA, this is really my sim of choice. It's maybe parked next to that. Oh, he's gone. No, I think that's the guy who came before us. Okay, maybe let's just go straight through there. Actually, not sure where the parking is. We'll follow the taxiways. Steam and glass options is pretty great. Right, yes, that's very true. Yeah, during the time when MSFS first released, everything was in glass cockpit. It was a bit of a turn-off, right? Especially because the G1000 didn't look realistic back then. It looked like a toy. But now with the G1000 NXI, things are looking much more realistic looking. Less toyish. It's a great feeling. Where can we park this? I guess somewhere here is okay. Yeah, landing really takes practice and I'm a bit out of it for this plane, to be honest, but I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, controller flying is pretty challenging. Maybe we can stop here. You wouldn't mind, I hope. Feel of the weight of the aircraft with inertia. Ah, yes. I get what you mean. I keep looking here for the parking brake because the Challenger parking brake is right there. It's right in front of me. There you go. That's a good point. Grave Knight, yes, thank you for joining. Thanks for joining chat as well. Yeah, I do relate with that. The inertia can be a bit off sometimes. Although I think it also depends on the plane. For this plane, I don't have many complaints. This plane feels so good for me. But when I fly others, I'm not so happy with it. Feed. Ground handling. Ah, I see. I have never tried DCS. But yeah, I'm not very much into the military planes, unfortunately. I'm very much with the low and slow kind of thing. Civil aviation. Very nice. Hey, who's that? Ooh, look at that. Oh, this is the live traffic, guys. Is that possible, live traffic that's GA? I didn't know. Cool. Granted, his propellers are forever like spinning and not at the same time, but it's good enough, right? Good enough. Romeo Sierra Charlie Uniform 209. Anyone recognize that? Cool. Search and rescue are just flying around. Yeah, that's true. You don't always have to like shoot missiles or fire guns when you're in DCS. Yeah. It depends. Yeah, highly agree. I definitely agree with what Murwaz is saying. In MSFS, if you maybe just fly the default planes, then yeah, they can be a bit lacking. Once you start getting into the third-party developer space, some of them are very good. And this one, the Arrow, is for me, in terms of the flight model, the feel of it is the top of the food chain. The Kodiak is also up there, very nice with the propeller effects and with the turboprop, the propeller drag coming in. That will become even more realistic if Asobo implements that properly. So we'll see how that works. Alright, looking good here, guys. Let's start shutting this down. Let's see. I was confused with the sequence. Turn off the avionics. Meter load goes down. That's great. And then we have, okay, those are off. Only beacons are left. Turn off the nav lights as well. Pull back the mixture. Propeller. Full back as well. Looking good. Turn off the fuel tank. Don't forget the magnetos this time. Turn off magnetos. Thank you. And beacons can go off. Batteries can go off. Close that up and let's get out of the plane here. Get some fresh air. Job well done, guys. Thank you for the tour. Thank you for helping me navigate. We made it in one piece. Hey, there's someone more there. What is that? Victor Hotel Sierra Alpha Echo.
Bro.
Live traffic. Nice. Spitfire is amazing. I've heard good things about it. PMDGS PUBG, not quite. Yeah, not quite the same. The Milvis Porter, definitely. And the DC-6 for sure. Takes a bit of time to pre-flight, right? Start cold and dark, but it is great. I miss flying that. Okay, but yes, let's leave it there for now, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for exploring this small part of Australia with me, but it was fun. I'm happy to be back in MSFS. But yes, if I ever miss the IFR flying again, flying VATSIM, X-Plane will definitely still be my sim of choice in that regard, especially with the Challenger. But yeah, with GA flying, sightseeing, and just enjoying the hand flying experience, MSFS with the right plane is more than enough. It's amazing stuff. Thanks for the company. Have a great day, guys. Keep safe and catch you in 2 days for some trucking. Have a good one. Clumsy flying and see you soon. Bye-bye.